Hello, planners and plannerettes. Thank you so much for joining me in today's live, where I will share with you how writing in a gratitude log or gratitude journaling has the power to create a positive mindset. Now, if you haven't said yet hello in the chat, make sure you do and let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you're new to my channel, type in new in the chat or in the comments if you are watching on replay. That way I can say hello and welcome you to Marianne Crafts Show. So, shall we get started? Is that something that everyone would like to do? Let's go. In today's video, I will discuss with you what gratitude journaling is and also the benefits of writing in a gratitude log and why it's important to look for things that you are grateful for. I'll show you different ways that you can write in a gratitude journal, also show you some of the examples of the gratitude log and journaling, that I have used over the years, so then that way you can get some inspiration when it comes to writing your own gratitude log. So I'm Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire you, not just use planning as a productivity tool, but also as a form of self-care. So then that way you have something to focus on and give yourself some space and grace and allow for clarity to come back, so then you can get back at doing all the good things that you are great at. Now, all items I do mention and show in today's video, I'll have the details and the links in the description below. So now make sure also do stick around till the end, because I've got a little announcement of something new that I'm going to be doing in next week's Saturday live, or for you guys Friday. Very new to me, so I'm very excited, but I'll talk to you more about that a little bit later on. So hello Irene, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me remove this little overlay here. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate you guys. Hello Elle from New England, my a great friend of my fellow content creator, as well as if my computer, tappity tap like the button if you're grateful for Marianne. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. The Creator Classroom. If you want to know how to use Canva, not just for your YouTube content, thumbnails, and creating graphics for your videos, but also for presentation, for pictures, Jennifer is your go-to channel. Go to the Creator Classroom. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Now, what I want to do, let's just get right into it and let's get started. So what is gratitude journaling? That is something that we'd all love to know, I'm sure. So it's about writing and reflecting on things that you are grateful for on a regular basis. So what's the difference between journaling or writing in a diary and a gratitude log? So in a journal, it's things that happened in your day, so both positive and negative. So in a typical journal, you'll write, the things all that happened today. So whether memorable occasions, what happened with the children, what happened at work, and it can be both positive and negative things. Gratitude journaling is when actually research has shown that expressing your gratitude, that is things that you are thankful for the people around you, for the things that has come your way, it has actually shown, so research has shown that this can create and improve your physical and mental health. So keeping a gratitude log or journal can actually be a huge boost to your well-being. So let's quickly have a look at why it's important to be grateful and the benefits of gratitude journaling. So let's see if we can get this happening. Okay, so let me just remove this so I don't press it. So benefits of gratitude journaling. First, it'll improve your mental health. So it can help you focus on the positive things in your life. It also helps promotes the feeling of happiness and contentment. The next benefit of doing a gratitude log or gratitude journaling is it reduces the stress and the anxiety, because it actually helps you shift the focus to positive things in life, and it promotes a feeling of it can actually also improve your quality of sleep. So if you have a difficult time going to sleep, you have lots of anxious thoughts in your head, research have shown that by writing in a gratitude journal, maybe 15 minutes before you go to bed, takes those thoughts out of your head and then allows you to think up of all the good things that's happened in the day, and then it gives that smile, it brings that smile to your face. And you know how that feels when you put your head on the pillow and you think of all the lovely good stuff that has happened in your day. So gratitude journal can help reduce that stress and also help you sleep. The other thing that a benefit of gratitude journaling is it actually can increase your resilience. So I know I've had a lot of challenging moments throughout my life, but when you start to be grateful of all the good stuff in your life, you start to see challenging moments as an opportunity for growth, rather than questioning, why me? Why did this happen to me? I know sometimes it is hard to see when you're in those challenging moments to see the good things that will come out of it. But I know I have looked back in my past and go, wow, that has made me the person that I am today, and I am stronger and I am feeling and I know that I can face. I'm still on camera. Yep. I'm writing in a gratitude log. Look at challenging moments as opportunities for growth. It also creates healthy habits. So if you're doing gratitude log on a daily basis or on a regular basis, it helps create momentum in your day. So whether you're going to write in a gratitude log in the morning or at night or both, it's sort of like bookmarks or bookends your day. Something positive to think of when you start your day, and something positive to think of when you finish and before you go to sleep. And of course, it just helps improve your self-esteem when you're always thinking of good stuff. It brings a smile to your face. And don't they say it takes more muscles for your face to frown than to smile? So turn that frown upside down by being grateful. And of course, another benefit of gratitude journaling actually helps strengthen the relationships you have with the people around you. You start to focus on the people and the experiences which bring you joy. There's so many lovely people that I have come across recently through content creation, through my social, platforms that I would never otherwise have met. And through my own sharing of my stuff, they've been able to share these sort of things. And I am grateful for them because it lightens the burden of when we do feel stressed or overwhelmed, that we are not alone. So that is one of the great things by focusing on the people around you. And the thing too is what I found is you start to be, when you're doing gratitude log, you start to be happy for other people's success. You celebrate their wins rather than being jealous or resentful. I know that I haven't been practicing my gratitude journal when I see someone else, let's say on Instagram, and go, why aren't I doing, why can't I get that? And that's because I'm focusing on the negative, on the things that I don't have, rather than the things someone else has. It doesn't take away, anything from me by having someone else be successful at what they do. And the other thing that gratitude journaling helps is it increases your overall satisfaction in life. You would think, what's a little, 5 to 15 minutes worth of writing about what you're thankful for? How does that help improve my life? Once you start doing it on a regular basis, you start to see the positive things that do come for, you know, in your life. So Brianna, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I froze. My internet at the moment is not as good, so hopefully we can keep going. L, here I am, I'm back. So actually, Jennifer from the Creator Classroom, I have an active goal for the last 10 plus years to smile at least once a day and make someone else smile once a day. It's truly life-changing. Yes, smiling is contagious. What I've found when I'm walking down the street and, you know, let's say someone's pushing their pram and their baby, and you look at the baby and the smile. When you smile at the child, but the parents actually, or the carer, sees that, they smile back, you know. So that is a great thing. Smiling helps quite a lot. So gratitude journaling really helps you to stop focusing on the negative, and instead it helps you bring joy by looking at all the positive things and things that you already have. Not what you don't have, but things you have. So it could be as little as, thank you for being able to do what I do, content creation, stay at home, work from home, see my youngest, you know, being homeschooled by my husband, those little things. So I'll talk to you about the different things that you can write in a gratitude log. So like I said, important to look for things you're grateful for, because it shifts your perspective from negative to positive. So for me personally, I know it has helped decrease my worry. It hasn't taken away my worry. So it's not that, you know, that it's not a promised land that once you start gratitude logging, you'll have everything positive in your life. No, but it lessens the worry. And then you're starting to focus on the good things. I find that when I write in my gratitude log, I am less anxious. I am a lot calmer. My heart rate isn't here. You know, when you have that lump in your throat, when you start to feel like, you know, think of the things that might happen in the future. You get that lump in your throat, your heart rate goes up. So it's really important that gratitude log helps reduce that anxiety. So, yep. And also the other thing is, what I find is I'm less critical of myself. When I start to think of all the things I'm grateful for, I have a more positive view rather than thinking I have failed. So I know, I'm still a work in progress. I'm not saying that, you know, I don't think of negative stuff about myself anymore. I still do, but it's not as often I've found when I do write in my gratitude log. So I have a question for you, and I did put a poll in there. So who here already practices some form of gratitude journaling? So type in me in the chat or in the comment section if you are watching on replay. So do you already do some form of gratitude journaling or gratitude log in a book, in a journal, in a planner? Type me in the chat to let me know. Now, I said who practices gratitude journaling because that's what it is. It's a practice. It's not perfection. All right, so don't think that you have to know how to do it and you have to do it every day, every night, every morning. It's a skill that we're not born with. We need to learn and be consistent at it to get better. So the more grateful you become, the easier it is to spot the positive things around you. So Jen, let me see if I've got this right. I don't think I have the thing on here. Let me just double check. So I did have a little quote on here. No. Jen Siqueiro, hopefully I'm saying her name right, says what you choose to focus on becomes your reality. So I always use this analogy. Pretend that you walked into the fruit and vegetable aisle of the supermarket and you see a beautifully well displayed lemons and limes, and then next to it there's a cutting board and a little knife. Then get one of those limes or lemons and smell it, right? So you can smell the citrus, squeeze it a bit and you can see that the little spray of citrus come out from the skin. Now cut into it, so cut it in half, allow the smell of the citrus, try and imagine that. And now I want you to pretend you're going to bite into that lemon. Now, does your mouth start to water? That's because your mind thinks that you are actually going to be cutting into a lemon. Our brain actually doesn't know what's real and what's not. So when we focus on negative things, it starts to think that bad things are going to happen. So that's why it's important, by focusing on things you're grateful for, all the positive things and the good things, it starts to think that, and it'll start to spot it all around you. So that's why practice being grateful and having a gratitude journal tricks your mind to thinking to spot all the good things around you. So let me quickly have a look what everyone is saying everyone is a work in progress. That's right, for sure. Irene, Budgeting Mama says, but always wanted to. So hopefully today's video will help you how to start. So Salami, okay, let's, but don't know what that one is. All right, we'll see. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining me. All right, so now, what journal to use? Okay, so let's have what journal to use. So there is no right or wrong way to keep a gratitude log or journal. So you need to experiment with what will work for you. Now remember, you don't have to stick to the same thing again and again, one style forever. You are allowed to swap things around depending on whatever season you are in. So the first one that you can use is what's called a multi-purpose journal. So this is what the majority of the time that I use. This is one that you have that's within a journal or a planner that has other things in it, like your planning and your budgeting pages. So you can dedicate a page or a 2-page spread in your planner or journal for a gratitude log or gratitude journaling. So let me show you some examples of what I have here. So at the moment, this is my Filofax A5 Norfolk organizer in the color Current, and in my June, I have my planner pages. In the back of the page, I have just a blank dotted paper that I have labeled. Let me see if I can make it a little bit brighter. So that I've just labeled with markers and highlighters, gratitude, and then I put in just a couple of lines. So I'll tell you the different things you can write in there. So I put the date here, and then grateful I can work from home. I'm grateful for the YouTube community that I'm building. So I think that was right after one of my YouTube lives and how great I felt after finishing the live stream. So so you can have this one, and let me show you some other previous journal or gratitude log that I've used in the past. So now I used to bullet journal or bujo between 2017 and 2019. And I used to use the Luxsturm 1917 A5 dotted journal. So let me show you some examples. So here I bullet a gratitude log using stickers and highlighters. And here Zach, who's my youngest, was playing trains with U2 mainstream on the school playground. So that is such a big accomplishment for him. He's on the autism spectrum. Zach received a certificate of honor for his term 2 at his school. So these are great moments. So you can make it, embellish it with stickers. You can keep it simple. So that's one. That was back in 2017. Another example where I use a journal, a multi-purpose journal. So this has other things in it, you know, trackers, daily savings things. So the other one here, this is called a 1 line a day. So then that way there is no pressure for you to write an essay, because sometimes that's what happens when you have a blank page or a full page where you go, oh, it becomes a chore because you think, I have to fill in all that empty space. You can keep it as simple as 1 line a day. Keep the habit nice and simple. Don't start out with having to write a page to 2 page if you're just starting out. But then, of course, if that's part of your self-care, I use writing, you know, a lot more when I like to practice my penmanship. So then that tackles 2 goals. So thank you. Here we go. 31st of January 2018. Thank you for a great January. Family, love, health, and security. A quiet day today, but a great day. See, just something simple. I think, let me show you some other ones. So then you get an idea. Another 1 line a day. 1 line a day. And you can see here, I don't get to do it every day because it's a practice. I'm not perfect. I'm going to miss days. Maybe there's days where more important things has happened. So this one, second last day in my current, I'm thinking current job, and more obvious, I need to be in a positive place. Grateful to have an opportunity for change. So I think this one, I changed roles or position. So maybe I had challenging moment in a role that I had, but I looked at change as a positive thing. So I could easily go, oh, you know, I don't like my job, or I don't like my role, but I looked at change as something positive to look at. And let's see, this one was July 2018 to December. Let's see what I had in here. So you can have a gratitude log. Here we go, another 1 line a day. So some days missing. So you can use an A5 dotted journal, line journal. I'm going to see if I can pop this on the ground. Bear with me. Or you can have a ring planner, a disc-bound planner that has all other planner pages that you have, so that way if you don't want to have too many separate journals, you can keep it all in the one and then have it. So then, where did my gratitude log go? This one was just a simple dotted, and then I think what I did is I separated, I don't know if you can see a pencil marking there. See how there's a pencil marking? So then that way I'm going to write in columns. And it's just a quick one. This is part, actually, when I write in this section of my gratitude log, is part of my taking a break. So it's called micro breaks, where several times a day, to ensure, one of the ways to ensure avoiding burnout is you take your break. So that could be getting up and stretching from my desk, doing 1 minute deep breathing, and also writing in my gratitude log a couple of times a day. So that's one way that you can use a gratitude log or journaling in a multi-purpose journal or planner. Blank pages sometimes make me freeze. Me too. So with that, as you saw with that gratitude log I had, I just break it down. I put a little marker, put the date, and then I know that, look, if I only have one thing to say today, then that's it. If it's simple, and don't force yourself as well to not fabricate, but make things that, so then you just write in it. Because then there are times that you want it to be an authentic gratefulness. But when you start to write more often, you don't have to try and sweat it out and go, what am I grateful for? So, just really important for me as well that, blank pages do make me freeze up. YouTube tags like under 200 characters. Very important that multi-purpose. So that's one way that you can journal. The other way that, actually, let me see what else I have here. Let me show you the other ways. I have taken it out. So this is all the gratitude pages from October 2020, October 2021 to May of 2023. So let me just quickly show you. So there's October. So I did really well in October. So I don't gratitude log every day, but it's, you know, it's a great practice if you want to practice your penmanship as well, to do gratitude journaling, because then you get to perfect your penmanship. So December, I did 1 line a day. So this is an A5 planner. Let me have a look in January. So I did well in January. I always do well in January, the beginning of a new year, when you got resolutions and goals, and you feel like, yes, this year it's a change, it's a new thing. So that's my January. February. So yeah, I'll just quickly, so then that way you can see that I don't do gratitude journaling all the time. Oh, I did well in April, so that's 1 line a day. May, so normally if I did it 2 times a day, I can fill out this 2-page spread. This one was just 1. So you get the idea. So gratitude log, it's going to be up to you how you want to do it. You can keep it simple. You can write in long forms, like a journal, and just write out everything, all the positive things that happened in your day. It's going to be up to you, and you will get better at it if it's something that, you feel like you're not as good at it. It's like any habits, like exercising, it's like meditation. The more you do it, the better you are at it. And I'll talk to you about what the sort of things to write in a gratitude log. So this I just took from my A5 planning throughout the last 2.5 years. So that's all the gratitude log in a multi-purpose A5 planning. The other type of gratitude log that you have is a guided journal. So here's one. Let me just see if I can create more space. So this one is the 2% journal. So I was gifted this by the 2% journal. So I have all the details in the link. So a guided journal is pretty much one that already has a template or prompts in it. So you can have something like this, or variations of a guided journal, or the 5-minute journal by Mel Robbins. So this one is they've got quite a few colors available. It's a beautifully bound journal which has daily prompts. So this is a one page a day. So this section is the morning and then night. So it has daily prompts for you to get 1% better in the morning and 1% better at night by doing your gratitude log, hence the name, the 2% journal. So this is great. This one in particular is great because if you are new to journaling, it has 50 pages of all the different background knowledge, which provides you with easy to follow introduction on how to journal, why to journal. So they even have like all the different studies and scientific proof of the importance of gratitude journaling and the benefits that it gives you. And so I even made a little tabs on here. What does this say? Tips and tricks to help use the journal. So then I could just flick to that page. And so it has all these different things of, find a home for your journal. If the circumstances allow for it, take a few minutes to walk. So what else is on my tab? This is my reward. So it allows you also to actually give yourself reward after a certain amount of time that you've been writing in your journal. So then that way, it's like anything that you do well at, give yourself a little reward. So there's a little prompt of what shall we do once you've written in your journal for 28 days straight. And so how did I go after 2 weeks? It also allows you to reflect on how you're going with your gratitude journaling. So yeah, so this one, the 2% journal, They are also on Instagram. Hello, the 2%ers, I think. But I've got their website link below. So then the other one that we have is an actual dedicated gratitude journal. Oh, excuse me, my nose is starting to run. So I have started a new one specifically just for gratitude journaling, because I'm finding that recently, if I create positive intention to the start of my day rather than going, oh, yesterday wasn't as good, or I didn't get, this done, or, sales were a little bit lower than last week or last month. If I start my day with something negative, then that sets the tone for pretty much my day. So I have created a dedicated gratitude log in this cute little tiny Filofax pocket size Molden organizer in pink. So I have a few different printables here. So a lot of them are from Peanuts Planner Co. So some I have purchased, and some are free printables in her Facebook group. So you just sign up and you can get access to free printables. So what I have done for this dedicated gratitude log is I've just printed out grid paper, and then I attached a little sticky note tab here. So for June, so this one is from Square Lime Designs. So it's a digital sticker that you print yourself, and then I just used my zebra mild liner to make it pretty, because pretty pages is more enticing to fill in. I've added stickers once I've filled it in, so the day and the date, and then just a few more lines. So here I am writing what I am grateful for. I am also writing the things that I want, because you can manifest the things that you want if you think about it, and then you're going to start to make steps to go towards that goal. So sometimes I just write what I'm grateful for. Sometimes I write the 5 things that I want. So here I think this one I slept in, and then we had my son's parent-teacher night, so I only wrote a few lines. I am grateful for my 2 beautiful sons. I am so proud of them, and I'm so lucky to be their mum. I'll tell you all the tips once you start writing to make sure that what you're grateful for, you feel it. So, okay, that's gotten me tearing. It's gotten me to smile. So this one, I am just writing what I feel in the morning. I may write a lot. I may write only a few lines. So this is a dedicated journal that keep it, I'm going to keep it handy next to my bedside table with a nice pen and maybe a colorful marker. So dedicated gratitude journal is just for all the stuff that you're grateful for. Now the other thing that you can also use, so this one is the Filofax personal size Norfolk organizer in the color espresso. Now this one is actually my 5-year journal pages, but instead of a journal, remember the difference between gratitude journaling and just journaling. Journaling is when you write the what happened in the day, and so you can have both positive and negative stuff. But what you can do, I have this planner insert printable download available in my shop. So what it is a 5-year journal. So each day, there's only a few lines for each year. So I started this in 2021, 2022. So yeah, see, I missed May 26. And I'm okay with that because I'm practicing journaling and gratitude journaling. Let me show you which is what I shared on Instagram the other day, June 8th. So Wednesday on June 8th, 2022, our homeschool lesson went off without too much of a glitch, so that's something positive. I went to the doctors to get prescription and discussed how far I've come along since 2019 with my mental health. I'm very proud of myself. And I actually celebrated that on that day when I wrote this one, because remember how gratitude journaling makes you resilient and makes you look at all your challenging moments and any challenging things that do come up as an opportunity for growth. It was hard back then to probably see that I would be coming out of that cloud, but to see that. So that's why gratitude journaling, having it down on paper so then you can reflect back on, just allows you to celebrate you. Celebrate the things all the good things that's happening to you. There's so many bad things in the world and so many bad things that do happen to us emotionally, mentally, physically, that sometimes that's what we focus on. And it's hard to get out of that cloud. And I know this. I was in it in, February. I had my mental breakdown. I felt like I couldn't, catch a breath. I felt like I was drowning. I asked for help. I changed things around, and I looked at this as an opportunity for growth. So, you can use a gratitude journal, whether you do it daily, you look at it, on a 5-year basis. So these two are dedicated gratitude journal. This one is for more of a, noting down what happened. So those are the 3 types of journals you can have. So we have a multi-purpose one that's, within your other journal or planner. We have a guided one where you've got prompts of what to do, what to write. So in the morning, I am grateful for. Today will be great because I will. My daily affirmations. And then at night, amazing things that happened today. How could I have made my day 2% better? It also has a little habit tracker, and I am proud of the way I. So guided journal as well as dedicated gratitude journal. Let's quickly have a look at the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. Make sure to tap that like button. Thank you. Oh, don't start negative. I wake up an immediate smile because I woke up. Try not to live in things that happened negatively the day before, for sure. Thank you, Al. I appreciate it. So, using a journal or a planner, pick one that would suit your style. And if you are going to have a dedicated one, pick one that is pretty. Have a look at those beautiful. It doesn't have to be a planner like this. You can have a disc-bound planner. You can have a beautiful notebook or journal that would look pretty next to your nightstand, and then a favorite pen of yours. So how do we gratitude log? How do we do it? So the way you can do it is, like I've shown you, you can have 1 line a day where you're just writing 1 sentence and it fits there. So that's a good way if you are just starting out and you don't want to feel the pressure of having to write lots and lots of, things you are grateful for. So at the start of your day, set your positive intention, or you can also write it at night. Now you can choose to write in your gratitude log on a daily basis, because if you do it consistently and on a daily basis, it starts to build a nice habit and routine, and you get better at it. But there are actually scientific studies that show that if you only write, let's say, 3 times a week or only a few times a week, that it can be more powerful than writing every day. So some studies show try and do it daily, and some say to do it 3 times a week because less is better. Again, do what will suit you. Now here are a few options of when it comes to what to write in your gratitude journal. Write the date and the day, and then write 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for, and write down why. Why are you grateful for that? So be specific. So and then that way there is a reason, rather than I'm grateful for getting paid for my job. Why? Because then it allows me to be able to live where I live, to be able to go on holidays, to be able to spend time with family and friends, to go out to dinner or lunch or meet up. So be specific in why you are grateful. And start to write your gratitude log with a full, with the sentence, I am grateful for. And it's good and it's also good to read it back to yourself. So once it's out of your head, down on paper, read it back to yourself, because then you start to actually feel the emotions that it brings. So when I read that part about being grateful for my two sons and really putting the emotions behind it. So rather than I'm grateful for my sons because I'm so proud of them, they're doing well at school and they've developed, so make sure you feel it. You take the time to read it back to yourself aloud and feel the feels. Because the emotions do help you be more grateful. So this will help your mind and body a lot better. So what are sort of things that we can write that we are grateful for? So what are you thankful about? It could be something like a pretty little journal. It could be about that you have electricity, that you have running water. When there were fires in, I think, January 21 here in Sydney, we were grateful that we did not live. It was very sad for a lot of those that were affected by the big fires here in Australia. And I think there is, fires happening in the North Americas, so grateful to the place that you live, that you have security, that you have confidence, that your children can, walk to the shops to get, a bottle of milk. So those little things. So what are you thankful about? The other thing is, who are you happy to have in your life? So yesterday I was thankful for a couple of content creators that we shared our wins and our struggles, because then we didn't feel alone. We were able to open up to each other about, content creation, we want to do this, but we can't because we're restrained by time or things like that. And we got to see that we are, that we are not alone. So again, that sharing and being thankful for having each other in our lives allows us to see more positive in other people. What else can you be right about? You can write about good things that deserve a thank you. I appreciate you guys here for being here with me on a live, taking a moment of your precious time to watch me talk about the different things that I am, going through, and all the different strategies that make myself feel mentally a lot better, and I hope that it also inspires you to take these different type of strategies and opportunities to help lessen the burden, lessen the stress, lessen the overwhelm by using planning and using gratitude and journaling as a way to look after yourself. So I'm thankful for those sort of things. And what things in your life are you happy about? Have a think about it. I'm happy that it's not raining. I'm happy that I can go walk down to the shops, in tracksuit pants and not worry about, how I look. Those little things. So look for the positive things in your life, and don't stress about how long, what you're writing is, how long it should be. Remember, I said 1 line a day is good. Start with just building the habit of gratitude log and journaling, and then build the momentum. And then later you can build on, and you can write those. I've seen those beautiful accounts that have beautiful penmanships and beautiful presentations, and you can get to that stage if that's something you want. But for me, I know, like I want to know what I'm happy about, write it down, put some stickers, and then get back to my work, and then let's look at tackling the day. So it's going to be up to you, but don't stress yourself out if you can't think up of what to write. So 3 to 5 things. What are you thankful for? So people, experience, and deeds. So those 3 things you can do. As you saw, I do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, so it doesn't all have to be in one sitting. You can use it as part of your micro breaks. All right, so next, now as well, like I said, make sure when you're writing it is that you are, don't force anything to come out. If you're not feeling things that are grateful, maybe come back to it a little bit later on, and you can write something that happened in the past, something that's happening now, or something that's happening in the future, events that next week something exciting and new will happen in my Saturday lives. So yeah, make sure that don't force yourself into like, I have to write an essay. No, you don't have to. Just start small, and then that way, you're not, because what happens when you start to force yourself to do something, you don't want to do it, right? So if you are finding value, of course, in today's video, I'd love for you to hit that like button. And if you have friends that would appreciate writing in a gratitude log that will help them lift up their mood, make sure to also share this video with them. So let's quickly have a look at the chat. You love the Y unless it comes at the end of it. Yes, my Y, I forgot to color in a letter Y in one of my trackers. Yeah, Canada right now, even here in the south of the US, having aid quality issues. It's insane how far those things go. Yes, I remember when we had the Australian fires, the sky was red and orange. It was very scary. Scary for those who were nowhere near it. So I could not imagine how it is for those that are in there. So be safe, be grateful for all the things that you have now, and don't focus on what you don't have. So now, what if you forget to write in your journal? We're all humans. You saw a lot of empty spaces on my gratitude log, and like I said, maybe other things took more importance, like sleeping in or having to go to your son's parent-teacher interview, and you didn't get a chance to do my gratitude log as part of my break. Be kind to yourself. So instead of feeling guilty or ashamed, just start writing again. Start on the next line, day, date, and then what I am grateful for. 3 to 5 things, only one thing you may miss today. Be kind to yourself. Remember to focus on the positive aspects of your life and practice gratitude consistently. Now, today I am grateful for you. Like I said, you have taken a moment of your precious time to come here. If you are watching this on replay and then, typing in the comments, I've been getting lots of lovely comments and feedback on my videos. You just don't know how grateful I am of those little things. Someone from the other side of the world is typing that, they enjoyed my video or it just helped them. I am grateful for you because by me sharing it, it actually also lessens the burden and the stress and overwhelm that I feel. Because even though I am here sharing my stuff to help inspire those who may think they're alone when they're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, you, by showing up and saying, me too, I feel that way too, allows me to know that I am not alone and I can share these things with you. I am in a safe place to be able to share sometimes my low moments, but it allows me to be able to be grateful to share my high moments and positive things. As a content creator, sometimes vanity metrics, the likes, the follows, the dislikes can be disheartening. But then when you start to look at someone typing in, thank you so much for showing this video. I didn't know to use planning as a form of self-care, or by your videos, I was able to print, this printable download, and I use it all the time. That feels good. And so you may, whether you're as a content creator or whatever, career or job you're doing, just be grateful for the ability to be able to do what you do, because sometimes you may not get the feedback that you're doing well, but keep going at it. So, like I said, very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much, El. Yes, focus on the positive. Always, always, always. Now, so for next week's live stream, I'm so excited because I'm going to have my very first live interview and a guest, and it will be Heidi of Debt Free Charts, where we are going to discuss her new book, Money Games, Debt Freedom, as well as how she got started with debt-free charts. And she'll share, I want her to share her story. Again, this place of mine, this Marianne Cresp channel, is for us to be able to share each other's wins, share how we do stuff. How do you get to debt-free, your debt-free journey? How do you save up? So we will talk to Heidi Nash of Debt Free Charts. Her details are in the description, so if you want to check her out on Instagram, as well as her book Money Games, which is available on Amazon. Now, if you're currently or have been on a debt-free journey or savings journey, I'm sure you would have come across her wonderful printable trackers, whether on Pinterest, some other well-known budgeting influencers use her trackers. So many have used her trackers as part of their financial journey. So make sure you come back next week, same time, same channel, and where I will chat with Heidi of Debt Free Charts. But until then, make sure you check the product showcased underneath the description to grab my planner insert printable download, or click or tap the screen to binge watch my latest videos. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody. I'm grateful for you. Bye bye.